Okay, so I have to tell you about my cousin, Marcus. This guy made $78,000 last year, which sounds great, right? Except he has $200 in savings. $200. I sat with him one afternoon and I was like, Marcus, where did it all go? And he just handed me his phone. Bluetooth speaker he used maybe twice. A standing desk that's still in the box. 4 planners. 4! That were all going to change his life. A jacket in the wrong size that he never bothered returning. He wasn't out partying every weekend. He wasn't doing anything dramatic. He was just buying stuff. Little things, here and there, whenever it felt right in the moment. And the thing that got me was, Marcus is genuinely smart. Like, he knows how to budget. He's heard all the money advice. But none of it helped him. Because the problem wasn't that he didn't know enough. The problem was something else. And honestly, I think it's happening to most of us. Sound familiar? Can I ask you something? Think about the last time you bought something without really planning to. Nothing major, just something small you saw on your phone late at night. You bought it, it showed up a few days later, and then you kind of forgot it existed. Where were you when you bought it? I'm guessing you were in bed, or on the couch, kind of tired, kind of bored, scrolling without really looking for anything. That moment, that exact moment, is what shopping apps are built around. Not because it's a coincidence, because it's on purpose. By the end of the day, your brain is genuinely worn out. It's been making decisions since you woke up. What to wear, what to eat, what to reply to, what to do next. And by 10 p.m., it's basically done. It stops asking, do I actually need this? It just wants to feel something good for a second. And right there on your screen, there's always something to buy. They know exactly what they're doing. Now, here's the part that kind of makes me mad on your behalf.
Those apps know you better than you think. They know what time of day you're most likely to click. They know which photos make you stop scrolling. They know that if they show you the same pair of shoes on Instagram, then on Google, then in your email, by the third or fourth time, you're probably going to buy them. And all those little messages? Only 2 left in stock. Sale ends in 20 minutes. 13 people are looking at this right now. Most of that isn't even real. The countdown timer resets. The stock isn't actually low. The other shoppers are sometimes just made up. It's all designed to make you feel like you'll miss out if you don't buy right now. And it works. Not because you're silly or bad with money, but because your brain is wired to respond to that feeling. Thousands of years ago, if you saw something useful, you grabbed it fast because it might be gone tomorrow. That instinct was smart back then. Today, companies are just using it to sell you a $34 gadget. What it's actually costing you. So, what does this actually cost you? Let's just do some simple math together. Say you make 3 or 4 little unplanned purchases a month. Nothing crazy, maybe $40 each time. That's around $1,500 to $2,000 a year. Just gone on stuff you barely remember. And $1,500 is actually a lot. That could be a trip you've been wanting to take. That could be 3 months of savings sitting in your account making you feel safe. That could be so many things that actually matter to you. The reason it never feels like that much is because each purchase feels tiny. $3 here, $40 there. It doesn't feel real until one day you look at a whole year and think, wait, where did all my money go? That's exactly what happened to Marcus. When we added it all up, he just got really quiet. And then he said something I haven't stopped thinking about. He said, I've been buying feelings. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing.
what's really going on in your brain. Here's something that explains it even more. Scientists who study how people shop found that the good feeling you get from buying something, that little rush, it doesn't actually come from getting the item. It comes from the moment you decide to buy it. The clicking, the add to cart, the your order is confirmed screen. That's the reward your brain is chasing. The actual thing that shows up in the mail? Kind of beside the point. Which is why you can have a package arrive and feel basically nothing. Your brain already got what it wanted.
So, when you're bored or stressed, or you're putting off something you don't want to do, your brain goes looking for that little rush. And your phone is right there with a store that's always open, always showing you something new. You're not really shopping, you're just trying to feel better for a minute. And honestly, that makes total sense. It's just really expensive. Why willpower isn't the answer? Now, the advice most people give here is just use more willpower. Just be stronger. Just say no. And I get why people say that, but it genuinely does not work. Not because you're weak, but because willpower runs out. You only have so much of it in a day. And these apps have entire teams of people whose only job is to get you to click buy. You cannot outdiscipline that forever. What actually works is making it harder to buy in the first place. Think about it this way. If you're trying to stop eating chips every night, you can keep telling yourself no every time you open the cupboard. Or you just don't buy chips. Problem solved. You removed the battle instead of fighting it over and over. Same idea here. 3 small things that actually help. So here are 3 things you can actually do. They take maybe 5 minutes total. First, delete your saved card details from every shopping app. I know, it's annoying to type in your card number, but that's exactly why it works. That tiny bit of extra effort is enough to make your brain pause. And when your brain pauses, you actually get to decide instead of just reacting. Second, turn off all your shopping notifications. Every sale alert, every back in stock ping, every app reminder. You are not missing anything important. You're just being called back in. Third, unfollow the brand accounts that are always trying to sell you something. If every time you open Instagram you're being shown things to buy, that's not fun anymore. That's just a shopping channel on your phone. You get to choose what's in your space. And there's one more thing. This one is my favorite. Start a little list. You can call it Things I Want. Not a cart, not a wish list inside some app, just your own private note somewhere. Whenever you feel the urge to buy something, instead of buying it, you write it down. That's all. Then you come back to it the next day. What happens is kind of amazing. Most of the time, you look at the list 24 hours later and you just don't care anymore. The excitement is gone. Sometimes you'll read something back and genuinely think, why did I even want that? Other times, you'll still want it, but it'll feel different, calmer, more thought through. And then if you buy it, it's actually a choice, not just a reaction. My friend started doing this a few months ago. She said the first week felt a little weird, like she was holding herself back from something fun. But pretty quickly, she started noticing something. She noticed how often she wasn't actually shopping because she wanted something. She was shopping because she was bored, or tired, or stressed about something completely different. Once she saw that, she couldn't unsee it, and just seeing it changed everything. She didn't turn into some extreme saver. She still buys things she loves. She just stopped spending money every time an app decided it was a good moment to sell her something. I want to be clear. This isn't about never treating yourself or never buying anything fun on a whim. That would be miserable. It's just about knowing the difference between buying something because you actually want it versus buying something because you were kind of pushed into it without noticing. One of those feels good. The other one leaves you with a weird feeling afterward, like something happened that you didn't quite choose. The good news is the fix really is simple. Make buying things a little harder. Keep your own little want list. Give yourself one day before you spend. Marcus started doing these things a few months ago, and he told me recently that he feels less stressed. Not because he's suddenly rich,
but because he doesn't feel like he's being pulled around all day by sales and timers and notifications. He said it felt like getting a bit of himself back. And honestly, that's worth so much more than whatever was sitting in his cart. If this felt like something you needed to hear, subscribe. I talk about money and the sneaky ways it affects us in a way that actually makes sense for real life.